What's up, guys, and welcome back. I'm back here at Mercedes-Benz of Bonito Springs, and I have a key to this brand new 2024 Mercedes-Benz E-Class. It has been refreshed, or redesigned, I should say, for 2024 model year, bringing a lot of new technology and some cool and interesting features all around this vehicle. So I'm going to take you on a complete tour of this vehicle, starting right up front, then popping the hood, seeing what powers up this thing, walking around and seeing the space inside the trunk, inside the back seat, the new technology, and of course the test drive. If you're interested in watching more videos like this, don't forget to check out the rest of my channel, hit that subscribe button, give me a like, and don't forget to turn on that bell notification ring bell. And here it is, guys, brand new 2024 Mercedes-Benz E-Class. Right away you can see that the front end has changed, especially as far as the light setup and the front grille. But let's take a look, starting right here from the hood, which is nice and long hood with two indents, one on each side. You also have this Mercedes-Benz badge on the side. No longer do we have a star, or is it available for 2024 as far as the star that pops up, that's sticking up, that's right on top of the hood. But in some other markets you can still get it. Now the lights are brand new. You can see the Mercedes-Benz digital lights, the LED daytime running lights and turn signals are right here. And scrolling down in here you have this more aggressive as far as the design of it, because this is the AMG trim that comes standard for 2024 model year. And if you look at this is a white vehicle, so it's easy to tell that it has this piano black surrounding of the grille. Now to me it's a little bit too much chrome, but I guess if you get this night package you can have it all blacked out. Now you have a bunch of little Mercedes stars right here and a big three-pointed star in the middle. So Mercedes is going for that designer look, kind of like Louis Vuitton with the LVs all over the place. They have the Mercedes stars right here. They have them here. They also have them right here at the bottom. And you know, the front splitter, the front fascia is completely different and it's brand new. And if you're wondering what powers up this thing, well, let's pop the hood and find out. So the base E350, which is what I have for you today, is powered up by a 2-liter 4-cylinder turbocharged engine with mild hybrid system. So that produces 255 horsepower and 295 foot-pounds of torque. It's made it to a 9-speed automatic transmission. Now it's also going to be available in the inline 6 here in the US. So that's going to be a lot more powerful version, and I think that would be my choice. So I'm going to come back as soon as they get it, because they're not coming till the end of this month, and take a look at that as well. So you have this heat shield and some sound insulation over here. You also have the dual latches, and of course the hood is nicely supported by hood struts on both sides. And of course we have some differences on the side. Overall the shape of it hasn't changed much. It still has this very nice classic and sporty design. It is a large vehicle, but it is about a foot shorter than the S-Class, believe it or not. And this is 195 inches long. So let's take a look at the wheel and tire setup. So we have the multi-spoke 20-inch AMG rims on this particular one. 245 is the width of the tires in the front, 275 is the width of the tires in the back. So we have the staggered tire setup here. Now inside of the mirror you have the side view camera, you have the blind spot assist, and of course the turn signal. And what's different from the previous generation is the door handles. The door handles are kind of like we've seen on the Mercedes-Benz S-Class, on the EQ series Mercedes, where they pop up. Now they said they've tested it at about 40 degrees below and they still didn't freeze. Now it's not a concern here in Florida, but for those of you who are in the northern states it might be, and they said it worked fine, so hey, go for it, right? You have this little chrome trim piece right at the bottom of the side skirt here, and everything here is surrounded by this satin chrome. Now of course the pillars are in black, and what's also black is the panoramic sunroof that we have on this particular one. See, the door handles just hid inside Now, let's take a look at the back because there's some cool features there as well. So here's the back of it. It might be silly, but it makes me happy. I think this is one of the coolest things that Mercedes done in a long time. They actually put the little Mercedes stars inside the taillights. A part of it, they light up. So if you're following one, you definitely know what you're behind. Now, E350 on one side, 4MATIC, which is standard for 2024, is on the other side. You have the Mercedes star right here. And this blade light does not actually illuminate. This is just more for the looks than anything else. You have the chrome striped on top of the lights. Again, I think it would look really, really cool with the night package where everything is going to be blacked out. And then scrolling down here, you have, yeah, fake exhaust. Not good, Mercedes, not cool. Should do the real one. And the diffuser style bumper. Again, a little trunk piece right there. And what else do we have? Now, let's pop the trunk and see how much space we have on the inside. And right on top, you see the close and lock buttons right here for the Mercedes-Benz. You also have this emergency release in case you get locked up by the bad guys in the trunk. And inside the trunk, you'll find 19 cubic feet of storage, which is quite a bit, considering this is still a mid-size sedan, right? You have this little hook. You can put your grocery bags. And as you can see, you can fold down the seats in the 40-20-40 configuration. Right underneath this floorboard right here, you have more storage. No spare tire on this one. You have the fix-it flat, and you have a little tote right here that you can open up for your groceries. And right here, you can even fold down the seats or release the seats right there. I have something on them, so they're not going to fold down flat. But you get an idea. You can fold them up from the trunk itself. And now let's hit that close button and let it do its job. I love those little Mercedes stars in there. Well, let's start with the rear door. Door handles, touch it, that pop in, touch it, they come out. Nice and solid, they're not flimsy or anything like this. Now let's take a look. Soft, soft, and soft. All soft touch materials. This is the sign of luxury, my friends. This is for better sound dampening. It also feels different when you close the door. Now we have this trim piece right here. We've seen another Mercedes-Benz. This is piano black. You have the lock unlock door handle. You have the aluminum trim piece with the window controls and the Burmeister stereo. And if you were wondering, yes, it is aligned on the inside as well. That little storage at the bottom of the door. Now let's take a look at what we have on the interior. Look how nicely profiled those seats are. Now that gives you the maximum roominess in the back seat as far as your knees. I'm going to check that out very, very soon. But you also have some storage in the backs of the seats, and you have your own vents in the middle. Now, huge bump right here. So this is really a four-seater configuration. The third person will have their knees up to their chin. And let's take a look at the seats themselves. Now, this is the MB text, but you can also opt in for the leather package. Nicely trimmed, perforated right here in the middle. And, of course, you have the armrest with the cup holder. Oh, I've always hated this design of the cup holder. I know they went away. It says you push it twice, it's supposed to open. Well, it's either I don't know how to do it or this one doesn't work. Anyways, you get the gist of it. And let's take a look and see if I can fit inside. Check this out, guys. I'm almost 6 feet tall. This seat is adjusted to my regular driving position. I have plenty of headroom. I have plenty of shoulder room and plenty of knee room. Well, look at this. I have this much. What is that? About 2 inches in front of my knees before I would hit that seat. So definitely I can see myself being driven in this 2024 Mercedes E-Class. Well, guys, before we get inside, let's listen to the sound of the closing door. Boom. Solid. To me, that's an indication of quality. That's why I do it. I want to check it out. And again, here the front door panel. This is soft, soft, soft. Everything is soft, nice. And you have the 3 memory seat settings. You have the heating. You have the ventilation. You have the seat adjustments over here. You have the lock and unlock, as well as the window mirror and lock controls. You can also open up the trunk by using this button right here. Right on the door sill, you have the Mercedes-Benz spelled out. And on the seat itself, the only adjustment on the seat you have is the lumbar support, because everything else is on the door. Now the seats are definitely more bolstered and profiled than the rear seats. I've sat in it, it feels comfortable, and I'm going to show you this brand new interior once I take this vehicle to the parking garage. So here it is, guys. This is the interior of this 2024 Mercedes-Benz E350. Now this one doesn't have all of the options, but I was able to quickly film a video of the vehicle that was pre-sold but it had a lot more options in the hyper screen. So let's take a look at this quick video and we're going to come back to it right away. Here, now, this is not the vehicle that I did the review on the outside. However, I'm going to show you of what's available on the inside. If you choose the super screen, now this particular vehicle has been sold, so I can only show you of what's here. So basically this one has 3 different screens. Remember the EQS when they had the hyper screen, where it had this huge piece of glass over the screens? Now this is a similar concept. So you have this big, I believe it's a 15-inch screen, and you also have that 12.3-inch screen for your passenger. Now the passenger can control several different settings: navigation, radio, media, apps, comfort, info, settings. So basically whatever the driver can do, the passenger can do it. You just turn off the Hey Mercedes, so it's not gonna interrupt us. You can set up the different display, go back to the home settings. You have your info, vehicle, engine. Those features are not available. The vehicle's on the trickle charger, I believe, right now. And media, apps, comfort. This is as far as your seats. You can turn on, turn off the massager. You can set up the different length of it. So this is your main screen. Let's go through the functionality on the vehicle that I'm actually reviewing. So here's your instrument cluster, and that's basically standard instrument cluster functionality. We're going to go through that again on the vehicle that I'm test driving. And right here you have the huge head-up display as well as the camera. Now, the camera, I think you can set it up for like the video call, but hopefully when you're parked and when you're driving, that it's going to cause a lot more distractions. So this is the more premium model. Now let's get back to the one that I'm reviewing. And yeah, so this one doesn't have nearly as many features as we've seen. There's no head-up display, there's no camera, there's no screen for the passengers. But let's take a look. I like this dashboard. It's nice and soft again. And we have this nicely illuminated light strip right on top. This also glows in the same color or different color, if depending on what you choose. You also have this open pore wood trim, and then you have this big screen. That's standard equipment for 2024, and whichever model you get at least this or more. So I think it's a 15-inch screen, and let's take a look. We have the home screen right here. So we've seen it on other Mercedes-Benz. They call it the MBUX, which is Mercedes-Benz user experience. And then you have several different options to change. So here your phone, you can connect your phone via Bluetooth, of course. It is capable with wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and then you have your navigation. Look how big and bright this is. Well, let's go back to the main screen, the radio. You have the AM, FM, Sirius XM, and of course you can stream from your phone. I'm not sure if this is a talk radio or so, but you know, the radio sounds good. It has the Burmeister stereo. So we'll go back to the main screen. You have your media, apps. Now Mercedes partner up with some third-party company that's going to allow you to download some third-party apps for this year. And I think you have TikTok or Zoom. So if you had the camera up on top, you can actually take your conference call in the car, hopefully not while driving. So here's your comfort settings. So we have the seat and ambient lighting. We already checked out the ambient lighting on the other one. But let's look at the seat. So driver and passenger seat have their own adjustments as far as the seat kinetics. So I can turn this on. It's kind of give me this massage, and I can also see where it's coming in. So I can turn on the backrest, seat surface. I can also set up the different time frames for it and turn it off for the driver, passenger heating settings, automatic seat positioning. You just put your height and then the car will do the positioning for you. I found this to be too close to the steering wheel, but it might work for you. Vivaldi browser. So I guess you have to be connected to the internet. Oh, so here's what you can download. Check this out, guys. You have the Prime Video, Amazon, Yelp, YouTube, eBay, Walmart, AliExpress, Disney, Expedia, Yahoo. You can add new speed dial, Vivaldi community, and you know, probably many more. So we can close this tab right here if I wanted to. I think go back to the home screen actually, and settings. So go back to the vehicle settings. You have the driving. We can turn on the manual shifting, which is right here. We're going to go through that. Automatic gas station search. If it goes below a certain level, it's going to search for gas station. Comfort, occupant protection, open and close. So you can have the digital vehicle key, set up owner key, participant keys, remove all digital keys. So I guess you can send that key to somebody if they have the app and they be able to get inside and drive the car. So dynamic select, we have this is your individual gear, right? So as far as the drive, we can do eco, comfort, and sport steering. Okay, so we have the comfort and sport, electronic stability, comfort or sport. So you can set this up. Assistance, so we have the collision avoidance, assistance, camera, open camera cover right here. That is underneath that Mercedes star. And here's your parking. So you have the Parktronic, which the vehicle can park itself basically. System settings, so hey Mercedes, I disabled it because every time I said Mercedes, this would turn on. Different languages, if you wanted to, select from the list of languages. Keyboards, control elements, app info, tons of features. You know, we can spend half a day and still not go through all of them. So, you know, that just gives you an idea of what this vehicle is capable of. Now put it in reverse and let's see what we have. So this vehicle has the 360. I kind of wish that it took out the entire screen, and it doesn't, but you can select which camera the view is for. This is the front view camera, rear view camera. Now we have the side cameras, and we can also do the auto, where you can see where I'm at, kind of in between the two cars. This is not as small. The car next to me is not that much bigger, but anyways, kind of get the point. Here's your safe zone basically, and then you know, if you are backing up, you can see right here that if I turn the steering wheel and if I wanted to back up, I'd still be safe, but I'd be pretty darn close to the vehicle next to me. So this is a nice safety feature. Lots of features, like I said, down here at the bottom. You have the dynamic select. That's where you change your drive modes. So you have the eco, comfort, sport, and individual drive mode. And then again, this is your parking assist. Now you have the vehicle settings. This is kind of a shortcut to it. So you can turn on the manual shifting, Parktronic, active lane keep assist, auto lane change, active steering assist, interior protection, tow-away alarm, block truck access, and you can go to all settings if that's not enough for you. Then you have your hazard lights down here. You also can turn off this screen. So for a lot of people say, hey, I don't need all of this. Hey, there's an off button. Just press it and it will turn off. Mute button and the volume control. And again, nice console. This actually opens up and that reveals the wireless charging as well as the cup holders that you can hide if you wanted to. Here's your digital key access, and then you have the USB Type-C ports, 2 of them down here. You can open this middle console, allowing you to put more stuff in here. You have the USB Type-C. Then before we get up on top, well, let's do it. Frameless mirror, nice ambient lighting around this console over here. You have the power sunroof. This is the panoramic sunroof, so it gives you a lot of light. We can open this up, so it's going to give you a lot of air as well. Let's see. There you go. We slide it open. Nice windscreen over here, and there you go. So here's the brand new steering wheel from the Mercedes-Benz, and we have the, of course, Mercedes star right here in the middle. Not a big fan of all this piano black that we have on the sides here, but in typical Mercedes fashion, you have 2 sets of buttons. On the right hand side, you can control what's going on right here in the infotainment system. You can have the volume control, phone pickup button, home, and then you have the favorite button, as well as on the left hand side you control what's going on right here in the instrument cluster, as well as you can adjust the distance in between you and the car in front of you for the dynamic cruise control. You have the pedal shifters right here in the back, and then here's your fully digital instrument cluster. As you can see, we're low on fuel right now. I'll close that off. This is your classic settings, and you have several different options to choose from. Navigations, assistance, service, and have the sport setting as well, if you'd like to. Now, this is not a sport vehicle. I think the inline 6 is going to be a lot more sportier, and hopefully, which Mercedes hasn't confirmed yet, but hopefully the E63 is going to come, and it's not going to have the 4-cylinder engine. That's my hopes. Whatever's going to happen, gonna happen. I have no control over it. Kind of wish Mercedes didn't give in to all of this, you know, electrification. Anyway, so this is your main screen. So you have the speedometer on the left-hand side, you have the tachometer on the right-hand side, navigation in the middle, but you can change it whichever way you want it. Now we have the radio, attention assist, consumption, eco display, from reset as far as your gas mileage from start, and here's your basic thing. So 17 miles on the vehicle, 0 miles per hour. You have your lane keep assist, you have your speed reader right here, you have your time, and you have your temperature. And we're in the individual mode. I'm gonna switch that back to sport mode. Doesn't seem like anything is changing on the display here, but that could be a setting that can be adjusted. Overall, a very good looking vehicle on the inside and the outside. Let's take it for a spin and talk about the pricing. Well guys, I looked at Mercedes website, and unfortunately the pricing for the E450 has not been revealed yet. So let's start with the E350 4MATIC, which is standard on it. Starts at 62.3, but it's really easy to get it up to 70s or even 80s. Now the vehicle that I showed you on the interior, as far as the super screen and all of those other features, was listed for about $81,000. The one that I'm sitting in right now, it's $72,360, and it has an additional features such as the premium package, the 20-inch AMG multi-spoke wheels for $1,900. You have the heated and ventilated front seats for $450. Then you have the driver's assistance package, $950, and we have the multi-beam LED lights for $990, and the winter package for $450. Really important here in Florida. And it has a credit for missing standard garage door opener, so we don't have the garage door opener. I don't know about that. This vehicle is $73,000. As far as the E450, okay, it's gonna come later on. I promise I'll bring you on the channel as soon as I can, because I think for some reason, something tells me this is gonna be the engine choice for that vehicle. This one, as far as the miles per gallon, 24 in the city, 33 on the highway, combined 27. It's really good. That's because of all this hybrid and electrification. I think that's the way to go, not the fully electric, but hey, what do I know? So a few things to talk about as far as the different models. I kind of wish that E-Class was available in also a different engine options. Now, I know in Europe or all over the world they're available also with the diesel, with the plug-in hybrid, and the plug-in hybrid diesel. We're getting two engine options. Now I know Mercedes is trying to push the EQEs and the electric vehicles, and that's why they're kind of limiting us on what we can get here in the US. And I hope that the E63 is not going to be the 4-cylinder that you'll find in the C63, but maybe an inline 6. I think that would be a nice option, because I think honestly the V8 is out of the question, sadly, but it is. Now this is a large vehicle. This is 195 inches long, so it's a size, as far as the length, the size of the GLE, which is obviously what it shares the platform with. And it's not very light, so I hope that they're gonna get something that's gonna be able to move this vehicle. I like the feel of it. It's not quite as big as an S-Class, of course, and it's not as small as the C-Class, kind of in between. I think it's a perfect combination. I have this little parking lot right here. I'm going to turn it in here and see if I can make a full circle. Now Mercedes has been known for doing a really good as far as the turning radius. One important thing to mention too, that this E-Class is available with the rear wheel steering. This particular one doesn't have it, but if it did, it can turn at about 4.5 degree angle under 37 miles per hour, and that basically the rear wheels will turn in the opposite direction, and over 37 miles per hour it will go about 2 degrees in the same direction than the front wheels. So it definitely will turn on that tight cornering. Now this one doesn't have it. Let's see what it can do. All right, so I did a full circle without scratching the rims. This is a plus in my book. And yes, we did it again. So definitely nice and tight Let's talk about this hybrid system that this one has. It's the 48-volt mild hybrid system, and it's basically designed to take the load off the engine, so the engine can basically do what it's designed to do, and that's propel the vehicle rather than serve as a generator for the vehicle. And it also is equipped, now this one, I don't see this button, but I know it has this boost where it's going to give you an extra boost of power in case you need it. Now, the acceleration, merging in traffic, nice and smooth. I actually like this 9-speed automatic transmission. Mercedes has been using this pretty much most of their vehicle. It's super smooth. You can also hear the gears shifting. It's very crisp shifting on the gears, so there's no lag or anything like this. Very precise, very Mercedes-like. Well, let's check out the acceleration here, guys. All right, I don't want to beat on it, so I'll be gentle with it, but we get it up to about 50-55 miles an hour, and it's nice. It's definitely going to get you going. This is not the most exhilarating experience that you'll get on Mercedes-Benz. For that, you'll go to the model up. So you go to the E450 or maybe E63 if and when it's going to be announced, and we're going to see what type of engine it's going to be. So this one is rated at about 6.1 seconds, 0 to 60, which is not bad. It can definitely merge in traffic and move quite quickly. And then the E450 is rated, it's at 4.6 seconds, so it's a lot faster than this. 375 horsepower versus 255 makes a difference. So this concludes this 2024 Mercedes E350 review. I hope you liked that. I hope you learned one thing or you enjoyed this video. If you did, show me some love. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to turn on that bell notification ring bell so you won't miss any of the content that's coming out. And I'll see you in my next video. Cheers.